Well, hello there. That was a terrible impression of Obi-Wan. Anyway, welcome back to the 9th episode of the Family Gossips podcast. I'm your host, Connor Wolford, as of course you hopefully know by now. Today I will have on my nan, or can I call her grandma? I guess we'll find out through the podcast. We'll be hearing a bit more about my nan, maybe finding out something I don't know about my nan, and just diving in a little deeper to find out how she met my granddad, and just hearing her stories. How's her life been? A young nan, a young mum. But we'll save the rest for your listening. And, of course, before we get started, if you would like to send in any listeners' messages, anything you would like us to read out or reply to on the podcast, send it in to our Gmail at thefamilygospod@gmail.com or our Instagram, thefamilygossips_podcast. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the 9th episode of the Family Gossips podcast. And how do you feel to be on, Nan?
Weird. I don't do technology. So we'll give it a go, shall we?
Well, that's a good job that I've got the technology side of it.
True.
A little bit of an introduction. You're my nan, my mum's mum,
Correct. I am. Your favourite nan?
at the young age of 62.
Next week.
So you're still 61.
Yeah.
Got it right then. Straight off on a question. What's your story on how you met Grandad?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
So Grandad was in the army and we met in a chip shop. He was telling me, because my ex-boyfriend was in there, he's like 6'2" and I'm like 5'1", and he was wearing my jeans. I don't know how my jeans would fit on a 6'1" person, but there you go. So I was laughing at him behind his back, and Grandad asked me if I needed a box to stand on to talk to him in his face and tell him off, and that's how we met. And that is it. And then we met again, I think it was a couple of nights after, in town, and he was sat on his motorbike in town, and I went over to him talking to him, and then we arranged to go out to the Four Alls, I think it was, yes, to what we called disco in them days. And then that was it, and it went from there.
Then you were an army girlfriend and a wife.
I was very quickly an army wife, yes.
How long did it take?
About 4 months. From the October, and we got married. No, August, September, and we got married in the January.
Wow.
Yes, very quick. And we're still together 43 years later.
Long time.
Yes, too long.
Nan and Grandad are funny when they're together. If they had their own podcast, you'd have to call it 18 plus because it'd be fuck, shit, fuck off.
What are you trying to say? It's not that bad.
Anytime Grandad calls Nan, like yesterday we were in the car, and Grandad called Nan, said, "Hello, sweetness," because he wanted to take her out for dinner. And Nan answered the phone, "What do you want?"
What do you want now? He drives me nuts. He does my head in.
But it gets worse the more he calls.
Yes, quite true. He does my head in, that's why. As the saying goes, I'd have got less for murder. But I love him, really.
We've got a pretty young family, really, haven't we? I've still got great-grandparents alive, your mum and dad.
You have?
Then got you and Grandad. Then got mum and dad, obviously.
Yes.
Because you've all been young parents.
Don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody. But yes, that is true. And I definitely have them young again, but we were lucky because we were in the army and had a good wage and a house, and so we were very lucky.
I forgot to say on Mum's podcast that her birth certificate says Germany.
She was born in Germany, yes, in British Hospital Rintel, like 2.5 hours away from where we lived.
Is that in
In
the
Germany.
army camp?
It was a British military hospital, yes, about 2.5 hours away from where we lived. So
And Grandad couldn't be with you? Or he could?
yeah, he had to take Uncle Mark home first and then come back. And because he needed a wee when he got back to the hospital, he missed your mum being born. And then when he come into the room, your mum had been born and she'd got a blue blanket over her. And Grandad thought that she was a boy. And he looked very, very angry and upset because we'd already got a boy and he wanted a girl. So I didn't say anything, and the midwife didn't say anything, and we just left it, sort of laughing at each other. And then when he went over to the crib and realised she was a girl, he was nearly dancing around the room. So it's a good job she was a little girl, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
not a little boy.
So he didn't want another boy?
No, he wanted a girl. And then he disappeared very quickly after that to phone everybody back here in England to let everybody know that he'd got a daughter that he wanted.
Oh yeah, before the days of technology. So you
Yes.
couldn't just text.
No, we didn't have phones like that them days, Con.
Sent an owl.
Pardon?
Sent an owl. You ever watched Harry Potter?
No, don't like Harry
They
Potter.
send owls for the post.
Pigeons them days.
Anyway, are you excited to be on the podcast eventually?
Yes, I guess so. But as soon as it's over, the better.
You're the 8th guest on now.
8th? Why wasn't I first? Your special nan?
Dad asked the same question, but it was...
No, I'll let you off.
It's hard to pick.
You're lucky you've got me on, to be fair, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I don't do things like this, do I?
Told you everyone comes on here.
First and last time, yeah?
Yeah, well, some people have said different.
Okay, not me. There you go.
No, because the objective of the podcast is to get all the family on, introduce them, and then we're staying on the kind of same topic, but we're turning it more into a fun podcast. And hopefully it's fun now, but it's not going to be like a bloody interview, how I ask everyone questions.
Okay. All right, then.
And it might be double ones, so I might ask you and Grandad to come back on.
No, yeah, all right, then. That might be funny.
And Mum and Dad.
That'd be funny.
And a double date one, me and Emma with Louise and Liam.
That'd be hysterical.
Yeah. Yeah, Nan and Grandad like listening to the podcast in the car.
Yes, that's when I listen to it in the car because I don't know how to work it on my phone because I'm just brilliant at technology, not.
I have shown her since we're on most listening platforms, but she still doesn't have a clue.
No clue.
What hobbies do you have, Nan?
Hobbies? Well, I like puzzles. I like word searches. I like going out in the garden, as I'm now old. And, of course, my hobbies are my dog and my grandchildren as well.
Oh,
Who I absolutely love and adore, all of them.
I might start calling you Grandma.
No, thank you. Remember when you first called me Dan? I think when you started talking, I was probably 40, 41. And I was mortified because you shouted at me in a shop and I felt like I wasn't old enough to be a nan. And I was like, no, call me Mandy, not Nan.
And that Mum and Dad, 40 and 41 now.
Yeah, well, I always got called you mum, didn't I? When we were out.
What's to get the listeners laughing? You got to think now. A funniest story that's ever happened to you. Well, not necessarily to you, but...
Probably when we were on holiday in Florida. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? And the sofa ate me.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had one of those, we were in a villa and we had one of those sofa bed things. And your mum and Grandad was sat on the end and I was sat at the top end, and they both got up at the same time, and the sofa bed decided to fold itself up with me still inside it. So the sofa basically ate me, and they couldn't help me because they were laughing so much, and I was just screaming but laughing at the same time. And also, whilst we were in Florida, I think that was quite a funny moment as well. I got this thing about pressing buttons. Grandad was driving. I pressed this button. Oh, what's this one for? It was in a Pontiac, I think it was called. And I pressed this button, and your mum was in the back of the car, and I ended up in the back of the car with your mum. Because the seat went like flat back, and I was like, oh, hi, Kerry, just come to see you in the back of the car. Those were quite funny moments that I can remember the most of anyway, that we talk about.
How many times have you been to Florida? Twice?
4 times, I think.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I think it's 4 times, because last time we went to see the space launch at NASA.
What Grandad missed? Because he was on a toilet.
Oh, when they said about the Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he did see the space launch itself. He did manage
He
to
just
watch
missed
that.
the countdown.
Yes. His own fault. He should have waited, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Nan and Grandad have always been really posh. As you can find, Florida 4 times. Posh cars.
No.
Always getting the house refurbished. And the brand new kitchen. Bedroom decorated every year, it seems like.
No.
Bathroom done. Getting a downstairs toilet priced. Media wall in the living room. And the dog's got the best life. The dog's got a Pandora collar.
She's spoiled. She's my princess.
And the next thing she's getting a dog is a charm for the Pandora
Pandora
collar.
charm. Exactly. She's spoiled.
Get a cat.
No, thank you. I had a cat once. I'm not over keen on cats, but I had a cat once, Fluffy, and she was adorable. She was gorgeous. But no, I don't want another cat.
They're cute. They're.
Yeah, but Minnie doesn't like cats, so we
yeah.
can't have a cat.
And Minnie's, what breed is Minnie?
She is a miniature poodle.
And she's, what's the colour? Ginger?
It's called Red.
Red.
Yeah, but it's like a dark brown, isn't it?
Yeah. She's cute. Can probably pick her up with your pinky.
She's very cute.
Small and tread, if you're tall like me, easy to stand on.
You better not stand on her.
No, when she gets under your feet, because you can't feel her because she's so small.
She does, yeah. She does get under your feet. You have to watch where you're walking. She's normally not far behind you, because she's like call them Velcro dogs, they're attached to you. So she's never far away. Even in bed, she sleeps with us, right in your back.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve would be people slopping when they eat with the mouth open. Yeah. Grandad chewing gum. I hate it. That is probably the worst thing ever. Yes, Grandad eating chewing gum. Definitely the worst thing ever.
So that's your pet peeve.
Yes. Most definitely.
What's your biggest passion?
My biggest passion...
Not the fruit.
Not what?
Not the fruit.
Fruit.
Yeah, not passion fruit.
My biggest passion would definitely has got to be my grandchildren.
Oh.
Because I absolutely love and adore all of them, even though they're all grown up now, nearly all adults. I still love them all to bits, and always will do. They're gorgeous, all of them.
Oh, that's nice.
Just like their nan.
What's your most embarrassing memory?
That would probably be the same in Florida. Because that was pretty embarrassing. But I don't think I've really got another embarrassing memory. Oh, the only other one would probably be when we were out shopping once and Grandad farted and followed through whilst we were out shopping. But that wasn't me, that was Grandad. So that was quite embarrassing because I had to tell him to rush to the toilet very quickly. and get himself sorted out.
I wonder if he'll say that's his most embarrassing memory when he's on the pod. God, there's some
Probably not.
dogs outside that sound like they're. Oh, Nan slammed the window shut.
Really loud.
Yikes! I feel like we're getting tortured. Can you hear that, listeners?
Wow. Okay, they've shut up now, thankfully.
What's your biggest challenge in life, or what's been your biggest challenges? Or
My biggest challenge in life? I don't really know. That's quite hard, really. I suppose it was maybe just when we moved to Germany, because I wasn't very old. I was like 21, and we moved to Germany, and I was pregnant with your mum and had Mark. So that was probably my biggest challenge, because you have to leave all your family behind. And only being young, it was quite like scary, but we soon settled and got used to it. But it was quite a challenge. Obviously, as Grandad was never there when he was in the army. I think the first year we moved there, I can remember writing down on the calendar the days he was at home, and he was only home for 17 days of that year. And that was the first year we moved to Germany. So I guess, yeah, that was quite challenging. But after that, I got used to it, because you've got to get used to it, because if you don't, you're just going to fail. So you have to get used to it very quickly.
it's a good one, that is. Who's been the most influential person to you?
I say you.
Ah,
What you've been through this year with your leg tremors, and you've just carried on, haven't you? Smiling, got on with it, which is brilliant. Wow, you've got your toughness off me and your mum. So hopefully me and mum have instilled that into you. But yeah, you're very inspiring with what you're going through this year, mate.
oh, thank you.
Oh, it's okay.
But we're going to quickly go off the questions now, so we don't bore the listeners too much, and we're going to play a little game of Would You Rather.
What's that?
Not heard of Would You Rather before?
No?
So you get asked. Well, it's not. That's kind of questions. So you get asked two questions. Like, for example, it'd be, would you rather be able to fly
Oh,
or
yeah.
be invisible? And then
Okay.
you got to pick one. We only do about 10. But it's just a little game to hopefully get the listeners involved. And
Okay.
okay, wait, we're just waiting for the thing to load. Takes a second. There we go. First, would you rather? Would you rather be unable to sit down or be unable to stand up?
Be able to sit down or stand up. I think I would probably be able rather stand up. I think. That's a tough one.
So you'd rather be unable to stand?
Oh, unable.
Yeah.
No, unable to sit down then. Yeah, I like to sit down.
I think I'd go with that too.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in a room with 50 bees for 5 minutes or be in a room with 50 spiders for 5 minutes?
What?
Either get stung to death for 5 minutes or, depending on what spiders they are, 'cause it doesn't say what spiders they are.
I think probably go for the spiders, because I'd be able to tread on them without getting stung to death.
I'd probably go with that too because I like spiders.
Oh no, I don't like spiders. But at least you can tread on them or shoo them out the way.
Poor spiders.
Bees just attack you, make you worse.
Poor spiders. This is a politics one.
Oh,
Would you rather change the outcome of the last election or get to decide the outcome of the next election?
probably change the outcome of the last election, even though I've never voted in my life, because I think they're all idiots.
I did.
Anyway, I'm 62 next week and I've never voted in my life, so I can't complain about anything really, can I? Because I don't vote. But I do think that, yeah,
Me and Peter voted for Reform.
Who?
Reform,
Oh
Nigel
yeah,
Farage.
heard of it. Yeah,
So you'd rather change the outcome of the last election?
yeah, because he's an idiot, isn't he?
Would you rather never be able to say yes or never be able to say no? Now there's a fly in here. First it was dogs.
It's a wasp.
Oh no.
Would I be able? Rather say that again.
Never. She's scared of the wasp.
It's gonna kill me. Go away.
Yeah, shut the curtains in the room. Hopefully it just stays behind them.
It will.
Sorry, listeners. I'm just saving the wasp because Nan will whack it and end its life. Oh yes. Would you rather never be able to say yes or never be able to say no?
Probably never be able to say no because I always tend to say yes, don't I, Connor?
Yes.
You know that. As I'm a nan,
Yeah, she
I can't
says,
say no.
yeah. Would you rather have a dog that acts like a cat or have a cat that acts like a dog?
Because I love dog so much, I'd probably have to say a cat that acts like a dog then. Because dogs are more lovable, aren't they? And snuggly and cuddly. Most dogs are,
Depends on your cat.
I guess, because Fluffy was cuddly. But most cats aren't cuddly, are they? They're just vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a cat that acts like a dog.
Okay. Would you rather be blind with amazing music ability, or be deaf with amazing artistic ability?
I'd rather be deaf with artistic ability.
Be able to paint like Vincent van whatever.
Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, I'd rather be able to see.
That's a good
And at
one.
least if I was deaf, I wouldn't be able to hear Grandad snoring, would I?
Would you rather be a metre taller or a metre shorter? Now, in a metre, it's 3 foot.
I think I'd have to go for taller then, wouldn't I? Because I'm only 5'1", so I've got no chance of going any smaller. So definitely taller.
Okay, last one. Would you rather live in darkness for the rest of your life or live in sunlight for the rest of your life?
Definitely sunlight. I can't bear the dark. It scares me.
Well, you can make man-made darkness for when you're sleeping.
Yeah, I like it dark when I'm sleeping, but apart from that, I used to be really, really scared of the dark, and I always had to leave the light on, even when we first got married and I was on my own. When Grandad was away in the army, I had to have a light on at night time. But I don't do that now, so I have grown used to it. But I do prefer the light.
I just go to sleep with my TV on.
Well, yeah, I do too, I guess.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? We're back on the questions now. We finished. Would you rather?
Well, I'll definitely be retired.
Yeah?
So hopefully enjoying my retirement and spending more time going places around England with our little caravan and our dog. And I can't say our grandchildren anymore because you've all grown up and you don't like coming with Nan and Grandad much that more. Well,
Yeah, we do.
Well, yeah, you do. You
Me
do.
and Emma were actually thinking that when we've got that camping holiday in June, and we said it's annoying because if I could drive, could have said to Nan and Grandad, right, bring the caravan.
Yeah.
You can put the tent up because
True.
of me having dodgy legs,
Yes.
but I'll have a car so I can drive like off the campsite and stuff, so we could still go.
That is true.
And then you can put the tent down for us.
That is true. And we would. We do like our holidays together, actually, don't we, to be fair? So I suppose saying that you don't like coming with us anymore isn't true, is it? Because you do, all of you. If we ask you, you'll always come, all 5 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though you're all older. So I suppose that was not true, was it? Yeah, because you do all love coming, and we love our holidays together, and we always have a laugh, don't we?
Yeah.
We always have a laugh. Even though Grandad does your head in sometimes, you still have a laugh. Even though last time we went, Grandad threw the tent away in his temper.
Oh yeah, they brought when the air tents first came out, they brought one of the brand new air tents, and they took it a couple of times, didn't you? Quite a few times.
Yeah.
And the last time we went, last May, June,
Yeah, it was May or June, was it? I think it was May.
the back tube, because obviously they're not polished now, it kept collapsing in, and then it was just that one at first, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
So
was.
they thought it was going to be all right because you kept putting it up,
Yeah.
didn't you? Because we only had about 2 days
2
left.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but then the second one fell down next to it, so then they had to all rush out. Me and Emma have our own tent, so we were sleeping nice and quietly, and had a great sleep whilst all of them were up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Trying to pump the tent back up.
Yeah, scared because they thought they were dying and getting buried alive.
And then Grandad threw the tent away in his temper. He said, that's it.
Yeah, we put the tent in the boot of the car and the big bins at the end of the campsite, chucked it right in.
Yeah.
And £1,000 tent.
£1,000 tent thrown in the bin.
Just gone.
And now we have a caravan, so we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Though the awning to the caravan is a air one, but that doesn't matter because we're in the caravan, aren't we? Not in the awning.
If you could, can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Very kind Nan.
Very kind Nan. That's good. Very kind Nan.
You're not saying you agree though, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be? And what would you do with it?
Probably. I've always said to be invisible so you could go and scare people to death that you didn't like. I think that would be quite funny. Not to spy on people or anything, just to go and, scare people that you weren't very keen on. I think that would be quite funny.
What is one thing you have on your bucket list, or you'd like to have had on your bucket list when you were younger? Oh,
I'm not too old to have a freaking bucket list.
no, because if it's bungee jumping, I don't think you'd do that at 60.
I wouldn't do that anyway because I don't like heights.
Oh.
Probably to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, that's nice.
I would love to see the Northern Lights.
Iceland?
Yes. I would love to go and see that. Yeah, definitely.
If you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
Well, I love dogs, but I wouldn't like to come back as a dog because people can be very cruel to dogs, can't they? Some people. They actually can be cruel to all animals, but I love giraffes. So I'd probably like to come back as a giraffe because I'd be taller as well.
Yeah. If you could trade lives with someone for 24 hours, who would it be? Famous or not? Anybody in the world. You only got 24 hours and you can do whatever you want.
Probably that stupid Keir Starmer, so I could put everything right that he's done wrong because he's an idiot. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you 10 questions now. You had a little bit of a heads up about the 10 questions, but it's going to see how well you know Grandad.
Okay.
So the highest marks with everyone has been on so far is Louise is on 8 out of 10.
Okay, I might get 1, maybe.
I knew them all when he sent me them.
You did?
Yeah.
You know Grandad better than me, then.
Except one, actually. I don't know one of them.
Right.
Right. Number 1. What's his favourite drink?
I'd say a cup of tea.
You'd say a cup of tea. Oh, yeah, and we go over all of what you got right and wrong at the end.
Oh, God.
So good luck.
I might need it.
Number 2, what's his favourite meal?
Oh, I don't know, Sunday lunch or fish and chips. Can I say 2? Or do I have to go for 1?
Yeah, go for 1.
Fish and chips, Sam.
Okay. Number 3, where's his go-to holiday destination? He's put 2 for this.
Australia.
Okay. Number 4, what's his favourite TV show or movie? Now, I'll help you out a bit because he didn't pick a movie, so it's a TV show.
Casualty.
Okay. What's his bedtime?
Well, he's old now, so he has his afternoon naps. Between 8 and 9.
Okay. Do you think you're doing well so far?
Probably not.
What's his worst habit?
He snores.
Okay.
That's his worst habit. And he's annoying.
How many kids did he want?
2.
Okay. If he could have any superpower, what would it be?
I'd say invisible as well.
Okay. Number 9, what's his favourite animal?
I'd say dog as well.
Okay. And number 10, what's his favourite car? So brand.
He's always got a thing about BMWs. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think.
So I'm going to go through and add them up and see what you got. You didn't do too bad. Would you like to know how much you got?
Yeah, go on then.
7 out of 10.
That's tragic.
We'll go through them. So number 1 was what's his favourite drink? He said tea or Guinness. You said tea, so you got mark. Number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. You got 8 out of 10.
Oh, that makes it better a little bit.
Yeah, you got 8 out of 10. My maths. Because... Oh, no. No, you didn't. Because at first you said a roaster or fish and chips, but then you went with fish and chips. So if you stuck with the roaster...
Which I was going to. Well, I can get half a point for that.
Number 3, where's his go-to holiday destination? He said Cyprus or Australia, so I gave you the mark. Number 4, what's his favourite TV show or movie? It was a TV show, NCIS.
He's a liar. He likes Casualty. He freaks about Casualty. He has to watch Casualty.
What's his bedtime? He said about 8 when at work, or 9:30, so I gave you the mark. Number 6, what's his worst habit? He said picking his eyebrows.
Yes, that is true. I didn't think about that one. Yes.
Number 7, got correct with how many kids does he want? Did he want? Number 2.
Yep.
Number 8, you got correct with the superpower of invisibility. Number 9, you got correct, favourite animal, dog. And number 10, you got correct, favourite car brand, BMW.
Yay!
So, 7 out of 10.
Not too bad then, but I could have got more if I'd remembered about the eyebrows, yeah, because I keep threatening to shave them off.
And if you went with roaster.
Yeah, instead of fish and chips.
Yeah. You didn't do too bad though. Now, there's one more thing I want to do before we wrap our episode up. Now, you can pick. I'm going to give you my phone. You pick anybody in my contact list for me to call. And if they answer, you owe me. If they answer, you owe me a takeaway or a coffee. If they don't answer, I owe you.
So you want me to tell somebody to call? And you're actually going to call them?
Yeah,
now?
So you go through my contact list. Obviously, don't pick the doctors.
I know who I'm going to say because I know it can't answer.
That means... Right, yeah, you just pick anyone.
If she answers, she'll get in trouble.
I don't know who she's picking. Who's she picking? Oh, you picked Jade. Oh, that's not her number, sorry. That's not.
Why is
that's
it in
not,
your contact thing?
It's not her number. Sorry.
Why is it in your contact then?
Because her number's weird. Okay, I'll give you another chance to pick another person.
Right, who can I pick now then? I probably don't even know half these people anyway.
No, you probably don't.
I could pick me, because I won't answer. I know one that won't answer.
Oh no. Let's see who she's picked. When she gets it. When she does it, she's just...
How'd you do it?
Mobile number I've called is currently unavailable. Who was it?
Nan Pie. So am I winning?
I don't know whether to give you that. I'll get you a coffee someday. Oh dear.
Do I win that one then?
Yeah, I'll get you a coffee someday. Okay, before we wrap up the podcast, first of all, how have you felt being on?
It was good. It was okay. Better than what I thought.
Good. And is there anything you'd like to say to any of the listeners before we wrap up? Words of advice? Anything at all?
What sort of advice?
Just
Not
not even advice, anything.
get up and live every day. Have fun. Keep smiling. Enjoy life. Because life can be very short, as we know.
That's good. The listeners will like that. Thanks for coming on, Nan. Did you like being on?
Yes, thank you very much, Connor. I did.
Not as nerve-wracking as you thought it was, is it?
Not really, no. Just don't ask me to do it again.
You're going to listen to it when it's out?
If I'm in the car, yeah, because I don't know how to use it on my phone.
Thanks for coming on, Nan.
Thank you very much, Connor.
And I will see you all listeners. Well, I won't see you, but you'll hear me next Monday. Thanks for listening. See you later.